7 years ago, the Resilience Revolution was born. The Resilience Revolution is a social movement where anyone who lives, works or volunteers in the town can be part of making the town an even better place to grow up and thrive in. We were able to do this because we were awarded over £13 million by the National Lottery's Community Fund's HeadStart programme. With that funding, we've been able to try some new and exciting things. Testing and learning innovative ways of supporting young people with their mental health. 7 fundamentals have supported us along the way. These are co-production, systems change, social justice, asset-based, whole town approach, research and evaluation, being brave and innovative. This film focuses on co-production with parents and carers. It explores how we developed our model, examples of work of those all-important outcomes that everyone talks about. Our motivation for developing this film is to share our learning in the hope that it can be helpful to others in developing similar work.
So Parents of the Revolution are a group of parents and carers from all walks of life across Blackpool and the Fylde Coast coming together to build relationships, to offer each other peer support and to ultimately implement systems change across many different areas within Blackpool.
The Parents of the Revolution started out of the growth of our co-production work in the HeadStart programme and then the wider Resilience Revolution. That initial work was very much focused around young people. But after a few years, what we realised was that the benefit of co-production was bringing together a range of different experts around one issue. We'd been doing a lot of work with young people alongside social workers, commissioners, leaders, academics. And when we started to do some more systems type work, particularly in the education system and the children's services kind of social care system, it became really apparent that we were missing the expertise of parents and carers. Having the parent and carer voice and influence into the systems type work, transformation work that we've been doing has really pushed forward a lot of the work, but particularly I think around children's social care.
They really have changed my perspective on the way that I work, and even when we're in kind of interview panels or I'm in different events, it's always in the back of my mind of what will the parents be thinking about this.
I was very isolated, I felt very lonely, it was very much me and my family were an island, but when I joined I suddenly found a community that all felt the same, they were all going through the same things and they all understood.
I was going through a bit of a hard time myself personally with my own mental health and also things to do with the system with my children. So I was looking for something to speak my voice and to help me through that. And I found a group of people, like-minded people that were going through similar. I don't just want to be a mum, I have 3 children, all with needs, and I wanted something to do for me, and I just felt the time was right to find something to do with me, for me.
Relationships are so important because it gives a shared understanding of each other from both a lived experience and a working experience perspective. And by having that understanding of what it is like to walk in somebody else's shoes, we're able to understand why processes and systems happen or work the way that they do, and also understand why people behave in a certain way that they do. So by forming those relationships and having that mutual understanding of each other, we're able to better form solutions to problems and to improve systems, improve services, and improve the lives of children, young people and families in Blackpool.
Building relationships means that you build trust, which means that then that's the foundation of feeling more comfortable or more able to share your power with other people, whatever that may be.
We have a group where we can just put any question and usually one of us will answer it or know about it or know someone who does know about it. So that peer support is really important, and also relationships with service managers and things like that as well. Building relationships so we can try and change systems that need changing.
building the relationship with the parents whose children are open to our service being supported by child protection plans, children in our care, working with the foster carers, really listening to what life is like for them, giving them the ability to influence whole system change is so fulfilling, so rewarding. You know, you can create systemic change by giving people that we serve the power to influence that.
Social workers are not going to sit in my house and talk to me about an assessment that they're completing. They're going to sit in a parent's house and do that. So it's their view that really counts. So they now really support the work that I do with newly qualified social workers. So they're part of our induction that we have. They come along to events that we run. Being able to talk about Blackpool and the work that they've done in co-production, the work around Blackpool Families Rock, and really helping us to get the best children's social workers that we can for our Blackpool children and families. The parents have been a part of development days as well for social workers, and they come out saying they have the same worries that we have are the same as their worries as well. You know, we've got the same worries, and that's been a huge impact.
I haven't come across another geographical area that has the ambition to embed co-production across the whole town or city, whatever that may be, and that it becomes embedded in practice across all systems. So we've got different funding to be able to do that, joint funding from across the health and social care system to be able to look at some really tricky systems issues around our health and social care, but also continuing with the co-production work that we've been doing in our children's services, and also greatly alongside a Better Start as well, who have been a fantastic partner in our Born into Care work.
This isn't going to stop. We will continue, continue to invest in co-production, not participation, not consultation, not questionnaires, true, real value-based co-production. Keep listening to the people that we serve as we develop new services, new pathways, new strategies, new systemic ways of working. Always listen to them. We feel like they're the anchor of our ship. So anything that we're changing, we always have to go back to them to see if that's what they want us to work like. We just sadly had a report from Ofsted as our regulatory inspector that our services weren't good for children and families in Blackpool. We needed to change the culture of the way we worked with them. So I had the privilege of working with our children, families, foster carers, and our wider partnership to develop and co-produce together Blackpool Families Rock. So using social pedagogy, which is just effectively the head, the heart, the hands, thinking about the way we feel, we practice, and how we think as organisations, really leading the partnership to listen to our families as public servants. We need to hear what they want and how they want us to work with them.
I may not see a change in my working lifetime anyway, but if I can be part of that and help to make changes now, I'm just hoping that it's going to be beneficial for future families. I feel like I'm a proper part of the working system. I feel that I'm really helping. I know that now my voice is valued.
Going forward to change the odds, I will take with me the principle of co-production and the importance of lived experience and the impact that can make to other people's lives.
As a result of the National Lottery funded HeadStart programme, Blackpool has embarked on a test and learn journey, working through the positives and challenges in adopting a co-production approach to supporting Blackpool residents when changing or amending services and systems so that our community is fairer and socially just for our residents. Throughout the journey, we have been honest about the development of our approach, and in doing so have found a model that works for us. We focused on building relationships at the foundation of all of our work, relationships with different stakeholders and crucially with community members who are experts by their own experiences. Getting involved in co-production opportunities about issues that impacted them the most and having a voice in the changes that we are trying to make in their community. Many of those that have been involved and had the opportunity to have their voices heard have seen firsthand the changes take place as a direct result of their contributions, and so have gone on to become paid members of the team through sessional opportunities where they are rightly paid for their lived experiences. We're incredibly proud of the model we have developed in Blackpool, being clear about what co-production means to Blackpool, its strengths, some of its challenges, and how it is different to other approaches to participation and engagement with groups just like us.
The impact for me as a paid sessional worker is it's developed with my confidence. I've been able to upskill and do that with support. I've always liked to challenge, but I've very much learned how to do that appropriately and in a way that gets the point across and I'm listened to.
If you're serious about supporting those people in your community that are facing some of the greatest disadvantage, we know that co-production engages with people that wouldn't normally engage with traditional services, and it does that because people feel that they've got a purpose, they feel that they've got a sense of belonging, and they feel they've got some influence over their lives, and that they can use the challenges that actually have been really awful for them in the past to be able to make things different for other people.
Co-production is really important. There's no sort of power or, you know, this is my job, you're just a parent type thing. So it's all about being equal and having that equal input and coming up with the best that you can get.
It's really nice to be able to put it back and help with everything I've ever learned, to pass it on rather than it just disappearing and not being used. So the real benefit to co-production is you make real changes with real lives. It's okay to sit in a boardroom and think you know the answers, but unless it is your life and you breathe it every day, you're not going to know the ins and outs and the bits that are so easy to change and most of the time don't cost money. They're just little tweaks that they're just not thought of because they're not in it and breathing it.